What's up, Illuminators? We have a special episode for you guys today. Again, I want to thank you guys for liking, for subscribing, for following us. We're going to be talking about the Madverse Barcelona CCQ, as well as the Forbidden Mountain 3K case that came out this weekend. And stay tuned because we're going to be talking about some hot takes on the future of Lorcana. So without further ado, sit back, relax, let's talk ink, and quest out. What's up, Illuminators, and welcome to episode 9 of the Quest for 3 podcast, where we talk all things Lorcana. I'm your host, Luis, and I'm here with our very special guest, our friend of the podcast, Rob Santana. How you doing today, bro?
Yo, what's up? How's it going, everybody? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. How you been? I know you've been super busy, cases and stuff, the shop. Tell us how it's been, doing all Lorcana.
Yeah, I mean, it's been cool. Just traveling a bunch, moving into Magic now, so I have been taking up a lot of time doing that as well. So I'm not just 100% Lorcana anymore. So that's been eating up a lot of my time, just trying to find collections and things like that to start that side of the business up. Yeah, I mean, other than that, Lorcana's been fine. It's we definitely have our ups and downs a little bit with the with sales or whatever however you want to say that. But it kind of comes and goes in waves. So at the beginning of the sets, it always tends to be really hot and people want to buy everything. But then usually about a month and a half in, people mainly have the stuff they're looking for, so it kind of dies out a little bit. And we kind of focus more on say store champs or hosting big events, giving away prizing and stuff like that. And I think that's where we kind of even out. So but I mean, other than that, this has been cool. Dude, it's been a wild ride. Yeah, it's been a wild ride for sure.
No, yeah, you're getting back into Magic. I know when we first started, you step away. I remember you got rid of some stuff, so now you're coming back. That must be tough trying to collect again. So
for sure, dude. Yeah. I mean, I got kind of lucky on some collections, so I mean, I have a pretty decent inventory now. But I mean, Lorcana still holds, I think, number one for me. Because I mentioned earlier, I used to be really big into Magic, and that was my number one thing. I played professionally for a long time, and I gave up Magic to pursue Lorcana. So, I mean, that kind of just says a lot about what I think of both games, right? I would think so. I mean, I don't know, but I do hold Lorcana in a higher regard over Magic. I know Magic is definitely a bigger game, but I think Lorcana has a lot of space to grow and to definitely become one of the top dogs, or kind of inch its way into that top three, top four of the card games. Because I mean, obviously everybody knows it's probably Magic at the top, under that's Pokemon, and then under that is Yu-Gi-Oh. I would say those are your big three. I think there's a lot of argument right now as to what the fourth one is. I think a lot of people would say right now that's One Piece.
Then you got I know Riftbound just came out. Then you got that, what's that fighting one, that Flesh and Blood?
Yes, Flesh and Blood. But Flesh and Blood's really niche in a sense. It's Flesh and Blood's a very hyper competitive game. So if you are not a competitive player, you're kind of pushed out almost. It's just that game and the space that it kind of creates is kind of just it's not fair or not good to the people who want to play the game casually. It kind of holds that stigma, and I think a lot of people can attest to that. I actually play Flesh and Blood too. I think the game is awesome. I like the art. I like the direction of the game. I think it's really cool. But I have experienced it and have seen that it's not like Lorcana,
player friendly.
Where Lorcana seems to be the opposite. Where even if you don't want to take the game super seriously, you can kind of just come in, go to the store, find some people playing games, jam with them a little bit, have fun, go to your league night, whatever. It doesn't have to be super serious. Like, people just play the game for pure enjoyment of the game.
Play some like nice homebrew stuff. I know
Yeah.
this Princess deck I like.
Yeah, exactly.
etc.
Whereas like Flesh and Blood, if you're not playing tier 1 or if you're not like playing the best deck,
You're not gonna have fun.
you're not having fun. Like,
Yeah.
you are gonna get dumpstered. And
it's tough.
but it's a cool game regardless. But yeah, I mean, I think Riftbound, that's another topic. But good luck to anybody trying to play that game. Dude, like, yeah, the product release, rough, right? Like, the first wave of product just not available. And I'm talking about like from store perspective, right? Like, first wave of product is just not available. People who even ordered through Riot, like, who ordered their product, they haven't even gotten it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so like Proving Grounds and boxes and like all this other stuff, they haven't even received their shipments. So like, now they're scared they're not going to get it because we don't even know if there's products available, at all anymore. So yeah, if you're trying to build like Kaisa or Master Yi or any of these, like, those are pretty much the 2 top tier decks. If you're trying to build either of those decks, like, you're dropping probably close to
3.
No.
Oh wow! No,
Yeah,
don't even say that now.
you're probably playing. You're paying Yu-Gi-Oh prices for sure. Yeah, you're gonna be somewhere like close to $1,000, I think.
Oh, that's tough. Well, segueing into Lorcana, Whispers Noel just come out. I know when Fabled come out, there was some issues about waves and stuff. You, as a seller, as someone who owns a shop, did you see a massive difference between Whispers in the Well release and Fabled?
I did. So funny you actually say that. Because I thought this was pretty weird. Whispers in the Well, power level wise, is much better than Fabled. Not close. I can understand why. Fabled was a reprint set. It was meant to kind of keep some of the cards from older sets that were rotating out to bring them back in, right? So then that we could still have access to certain cards. So it kind of makes sense that the power level of that set would not be as high. Whispers brought in a lot of heavy hitters. We got Malicious, Mean, and Scary, which is funny because it's uncommon, but yet that card is like single-handedly changing the metagame. Okay. We got access to Spooky Sight. We got access to Goliath. We got access to Cinderella.
Demona. Yeah,
Demona.
Cinderella.
Like, all of these cards that are in Whispers are like massively influencing the way that the game is being played right now. And the metagame from now compared to last format looks infinitely different, right? Blurple was a menace in the last format. It was literally everywhere, and you could not go to a tournament without seeing a sea of Blurple players. Now, Blurple's like, where to go?
Yeah, where to go? It's blue-green now.
Yeah, well, I would say...
You got blue, green, purple steel, sapphire steel.
Yeah, I would say those are definitely the 3 decks, right? Those are like the big 3 is the ones that you mentioned. But yeah, dude, Blurple's just like gone.
Gone, yeah.
It's just gone. Amber Steel, where's that?
Yeah, it's tough. Well, yeah, when you got board wipes like Spooky and Amber Steel as very aggro, and as it can be very what's that word? As a control player, you can get very overwhelmed by that board. But I'm just gonna Cindy. I'm just gonna ramp up to 6 Spooky, and then by then they have 2 cards. You hope like the best thing an Amber Steel player can do is hope they get dock into dock and refill their hand. And even then, it's really tough. So, but yeah, the we didn't even get through the boost mechanic cards. That's also changing it. It's not really getting up there. I know like people are really big on the aerial boost. A lot of people are saying there's just not enough songs for that yet, and I totally understand that. I feel like a lot that people are playing is the purple Cheshire Cat boost.
That's definitely the one that's seen the most play.
Yeah.
Because of Purple Steel, and also the other purple deck that we'll talk about, which kind of came out of nowhere, I think. It's cool to see.
Great to see,
yeah,
honestly.
Cool to see. But yeah, Cheshire as one of the boost cards in the set is probably the only one that's seeing like competitive play. Although there are whispers of there's some talks on the internet of a yellow Simba deck. Nobody, I think, has come to a conclusion yet of what a second color pairing, what the best second color pairing is. But there is definitely some, there's definitely some conversation happening about that card in particular. And I mean the boost Simba is the one I'm referring to. As far as any of the other boost cards go, I think there's a Flynn Rider 1-drop.
Yeah, that just like you boost him up and it just it's like giving him challenger.
3/2?
Yeah, it becomes a 3/2.
And quest for 2.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that one's also seeing some play here and there.
You got the not Ursula. I think it is Ursula. Ursula, the purple when she gains evasive,
yeah.
and another lore. That's really good for like, you know, changing the game after you controlled and you're trying to get that gas at the end for Blurple players, which I know for them was a big deal. It's like, yeah, I got you off your board, but now you just need 1 or 2 lore and I'm at 5, 6, 7 lore maybe. I gotta do it every pod, bro. I gotta do it. God. But yeah, man. You want to start getting into these decks? Yeah, let's do this. Barcelona. Let's do it. This is the Barcelona CCQ. We're looking at 322 players. This was on November 15th, so just this weekend.
Dude, 322 for a CCQ is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so before we get into it, you noticed not one blue-green at top 16. Not even. I think it's all the way top 32.
Yeah, the only blue-green player that looks to have done well in this event is top 32, and then even outside of top 8, the blue steel is not even there. Until outside of top 8, right? So,
let's look at that only Sapphire Emerald card.
Yeah.
Deck. So they're going with a lot of people have been adding that Max Goof. That's a big change for it. The Max Goof. You got, obviously been to your will for the mirrors. You got the ultimate. This is the ultimate control deck. Has answers for everything. All right. If you're not gonna be able to get Cinderella on 3, so you can sing Spooky on 4. Or play Spooky on 4, you can always put down a John Silver. You got Max Goofs to help bring your songs back. And then by then, you're just controlling with Basil, with Hades. And then you also have the other line where it's Prince Philip and Malicious Meaning Scary, which is so, like, you can't do anything about it. You put that Ward character down, and even if they don't put it down, they're inking so much because of Cinderella, they can just hardcast if they really wanted to. Hardcast that Prince Philip.
Exactly. So I'm a huge proprietor of this deck. I've been playing this deck for a while now. I've been playing it since last set, and I was speaking on the mountain that it's the best deck in the format. And I still believe that today it is still the best deck. I don't agree with some of the card choices here, and I'll tell you why. The little max and the big max are a trap. I don't think that you can play those cards in this deck. I think they are just a little bit too slow, and they don't really contribute to like the game plan of what the deck really wants to do. They are cute and in the mirror matches can be very influential, but with purple steel kind of on like the big uptick that it's on, I don't think that you have the the luxury of being able to like play cards like that. The Donald Duck Flatfoot, the 5-drop guy, I also just not a fan of that card. It's not necessary. Your deck is not trying to like play on a 3-5-7 curve. Your deck is trying to play on a 2-4-6, like 2-4-6 curve, right? Because you want to go like 2 ramp into Cindy, into potentially like Shift Clarabelle, which is like still strong, or against like the aggro decks or the decks that are playing faster than you, like Purple Steel, for instance. You want to go 2-drop ramp into Cindy into Spooky, right? And then once you do that, hopefully you can stabilize from that point. So like the Donald just doesn't really fit anywhere in that curve. I don't think it's necessary. MKB or Mother Knows Best is really only a necessary card if you're playing max. And I think if you just cut the max, then you can cut the MKB. So realistically, you only need the 4 Your Welcomes. I don't think you need the Mother Knows Best. And you also still have the Malicious Mean and Scary Prince Philip combo as like a second board wipe over the Spooky site. So pretty much my deck looks almost exactly like what this deck looks like, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Yeah, so I'm 8 card difference. He's only playing 3 Hades. I think that's egregious.
Yeah.
I think you should always be playing 4 Hades.
Always.
I don't know why people are cutting it down to 2. Or
I see Sapphire Steel does that a lot.
Yeah, like decks are playing 2 copies of Hades. There was somebody playing a blue-green deck at some tournament this weekend with 0 copies of Hades, I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know. It does, deck building wise, doesn't make any sense to me. Hades is definitely one of the strongest removal options, I would say. And especially if like blue green and blue steel are as popular as we are saying they are, then Hades I think just gains so much more percentage points, just because like in the mirrors it's all about like just like slamming your guys into each other, right?
Hades.
Yeah, it's like
Hades, you're Hades.
Exactly. So like whoever plays the first Hades most likely loses for the most part, because that means that you got put into a position where you're being forced to like play your best removal option. And now your opponent can just answer back with theirs, right? So, and then if you don't have a Hades to respond to their Hades, then you kind of feel like behind. Unless you have a way to like set up the Philip combo and like kill them, right? I've recently been testing 2 of the small Prince Philips in this deck, and at first I was not playing it because I was on like this Max Goof package thing. But after playing with that for a little bit, I kind of came to the conclusion that I mentioned earlier, that it kind of feels a little trappy. The small Prince Philip has actually been really good.
Yeah. It's not. I did just notice it's not even in this deck at all.
A lot of blue green players are not playing it. It's just not a card they're playing because it's like awkward to like fit into the curve. But I think it does play a crucial role in certain matchups. So like if you're playing into aggro, your game plan kind of switches from wanting to like ramp to just trying to play on curve with them as much as possible. So then that way you can kind of like stave off the aggression. By playing the 3-drop Prince Philip, it allows you to go turn 2 ramp into turn 3 Prince Philip to set up the Philip combo faster, right? So like now you don't have to wait to get to 9 ink because you can just shift the Philip over the little one after you sing malicious. So you sing malicious and then you shift, right?
Yeah,
so like that's pretty much how you're supposed to do it. But it gives you like another spooky sight, I guess. Like it's just a faster way to kill the board. It also in the pseudo mirrors against like blue steel and against blue green. He's a pretty decent sized body. He's a 3/2 and he quests for 2. So he can kind of like pressure in certain instances, which is nice. And he's a ward, so they can't target it. So it feels good to have it. So I've been liking that card a lot. But those are pretty much the only changes that I've made from this list particularly. Most blue green decks I think are going to look pretty similar or pretty close for the most part. I think it's just those small like 5 to 7 card differences that really kind of make a big change. But other than that, it's blue green.
First, I was surprised, like why it's that top 16, but now looking at the deck, there's a shout out to Adrian SG. You got their Barcelona CCQ. That's crazy. We can say what we want about the deck. It's the only green blue deck that actually made that top 16. So moving on to our first place of the Madverse Barcelona. We're going to go here. Amber Emerald, Lemon Lime. Is it aggro? No, it's the Under the Sea, type of Lemon Lime. You got the Mowglis and the Ursulas. I knew this was going to be such a combo now. Rip away as many cards as you can from your opponent. You got Bobby, that crazy 1-drop, so you can, discard. The Webby Vanderquack, but no shift. No big Webby. How do you feel about that? Because she's the one that, I swear it's not a ramp one. Yeah, I've seen this a lot. Like, they're wearing the smaller one, but not the bigger one.
That's super strange.
Let me double check what the larger Webby does.
It's shift 2, ward 2/4, quest for 2. If your opponent has more ink than you do, you can ramp the top card of your deck. Yeah. So, I don't know why they're not playing the shift. They're also playing the 3-drop Clarabelle, but they're not playing big Clarabelle. And that card just seems really slow for like what this deck wants to do.
Because that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just more aggro. Because you got Under the Sea, you got Emerald Cormorant. The Clarabelle is just like, well, I know they're gonna have more cards than me, and will I have the ink to really shift my Clarabelle?
Yeah, this deck is really scratching a lot of things in my brain that I can't really put together.
The one Merryweather.
Yeah, I mean the one of Merryweather's probably like a tech option, or I mean, it's probably fine. Like he's also playing the 3-drop Philip, but he's not playing
the big
like malicious mean and Philip combo. I don't know.
That's how he won. That's why he won. He put all these shift targets that they were worried about.
Who are playing around it.
And they're like, I don't have it, bro. Dude. What a poker face, bro.
Oh
what a poker.
Big
brain. But yeah, man.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still just an aggro deck, right? Like, you can have those starts where you go, like, turn 1 Daisy into, I don't know, turn 2, like, Mowgli Ursula. Or you can have the turn 1 starts of, like, Lady into, like, Lady Tramp. Or Daisy Tramp or something. I mean, yeah, this deck still has, like, those really aggressive starts. The Mowgli and the Ursula. So Ursula, I'm trying to think of... Into the 3 main decks, it's probably best into purple steel and blue steel. It definitely is not as good into green blue.
Because it's mostly actions and not songs.
Yes.
Right? And like, even then, like putting a Mowgli down and you're going against a blue-green deck and they show your hand and they have Sail, Develop, Vision, Spooky, malicious meaning scary. You don't get to pick. They get to pick.
Yeah,
so it's really tough when when you see 3 actions on the board. And you really want them to take away that spooky, and they're like, no, not today.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of Ursula's interesting because like really the only songs in the format that are seeing a lot of play are what like Strength and Zeus, the new Zeus.
Yeah, the Diet Zeus, the Thunderbolt.
Diet Zeus.
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot. Diet Zeus.
Zeus at home. So yeah, I mean those are really the only 2 songs I think that are like really
iffy,
really seeing a ton of play. I mean, the throwback to Under the Sea is kind of crazy. Because I don't see that aggros being, like, as relevant in the format right now. So, the inclusion of Under the Sea in their deck to, like, maybe hedge against, like, the pseudo-mirrors or to hedge against the mirrors or, like, Amber Steel or whatever seems kind of interesting. Because, like, if I was building an aggro deck, I don't know that I would really be building with other aggro decks in mind. Because I would just be trying to target like the
blue, green, purple, sapphire, steel.
Exactly.
You want to punish them for ramping.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. You like punish you for ramping, and like you said, if you go on curve with an aggro, blue, green is probably the exception because you can get out of that. You can stay on tempo and then still get your ramp when you need to. But against like a blurple deck where if they don't ramp and they try to go on curve with you, what's a 3-drop that they're playing?
In
blurple. You know what I'm saying? What's a 3-drop they're playing?
Well, I mean, their 3-drop is technically their 4-drop.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it could be like a Niago,
but I'm saying by then, like, I'm at, like, 9, 10 lore. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the aggro deck wants to punish them for ramping. So, if you're like, okay, I won't ramp to get to you, blue-green does have the luxury of staying on tempo. I feel like blurple will have a lot of trouble doing that. Because like they need the ramp more than other decks because their line is very structured in a way like I need to play this at this turn. Like you said, you can play Iago on turn 3 and that's if they ramp. If you don't hit Cindy if you don't hit Cindy, you go Iago, which is nice, but it's just one character versus you getting up to Ink to play your Hades, to play your big Elsa, stuff like that. But yeah, dude, first place, I think he really like. A lot of people after when they saw the decks, they were like, damn, he didn't have any of this? I played around all of this and he didn't have it?
Right?
He did shift. Obviously, you got the lady shift. But yeah, Under the Sea, I could see it. Emerald Chromacon. It's funny because a lot of blue-green players are very barely realizing that their 1-drop Clarabelle can take care of an item. They're barely figuring that out, which is hilarious because it wasn't a big thing in Fabled.
Yep.
But yeah, dude. So shout out to Iconic Shorty. Thanks, Shotty. We appreciate you. Next, this is going to be our second place Amethyst Steel Challengers deck. This is by... Oh, did I lose it? Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just... Amethyst Steel by Wojdi.
I've heard of this thing
Yes,
before.
I've heard of this person before. I think they're pretty big. So, yeah, you got the... new card coming out. You got the 5-drop Hades, a 3/4. What do you say? A lot of people are saying 4-drops. I've been recently seeing like 2, 3. A lot of people are leaning into the 4. What do you think about that?
So I have a hot take on Hades. I think the card sucks.
Yeah.
It's a 5-cost draw 2. Your opponent's probably never gonna give up a character. So to me, it's like playing a what is it? Finders Keepers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like playing a Worst Finders Keepers, right? Because it's like,
or a Friends for 5.
or yeah, you're playing unsingable friends for 5.
Like
yeah,
that.
it's like, I get that you get the body, right? Like you get the 3/4 body, whatever. A lot of people's argument is that like, why, like I get the body plus I get to draw 2 cards, and it's like, yeah, but the card does nothing if you're behind, right? Because like if you're just like losing on board and your turn is tap out to play a Hades, you're still losing. Like you're not like changing the game state in any way. Now, obviously, my opinion is my opinion. Sorry.
If Rob's wrong, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, just tell me I'm wrong. And
don't forget to like and subscribe before you comment, guys. Don't forget.
Yeah, just put Rob's an idiot or something. I don't know.
Never going to a shop ever again.
I mean, the other cards in the deck all kind of make sense to me.
All
I
do.
don't understand why Zeus is not at 4. I think that card should be a 4 of.
I've seen a lot of people go 1, 2.
That's crazy.
I mean, what? It's obviously singable, right? What are you going to sing it with? My thing for the Hades is I've seen a lot of locals where they like for Purple Steel. I think Purple Steel is the only exception where they play the Hades, because I've seen so many times they'll play a Hades. Yeah, I won't get rid of my stuff. You draw 2 cards. Okay, I top deck the strength. Bye. But that's very niche. That's just one little thing. But I could see it. There's other stuff you can fit in there for sure. You always have the core Dumbo, Genie, Elsa, all 4-ofs. Tinkerbell coming back into the mix. It's really fun to see. As long as Timothy Q Mouse. Thank you, Frank. You got everybody on the Timothy Q Mouse for the aggro line if you want.
Yeah,
for
it's literally just for I think for the blue green and the blue steel matchups. Just to like have that additional pressure on turn 2. Because if you can start questing for, like, say if you go Diablo on 1, or if you go Palace Guard on 1 or something, and then into like a Timothy Q Mouse into the Tinkerbell, you're questing for 3 already on turn 3, and then you're questing for 5 on the next turn.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty big swing.
Yeah.
And it's applying a lot of pressure. So the Timothy is definitely seems like a fine inclusion. Especially if you're like thinking you're gonna play into a lot of like the big ramp decks that are just trying to kind of like go big. So I don't think that's wrong at all.
And I think one of the most staple gargoyle cards that's gonna stick around for a while, other than Demona, the Lexington, small in stature, 4/4 with alert. Obviously the Stone by Day thing, because it's like the illusion thing, like for targeting stuff. That's its only downside, because it's such a powerful card. For example, like an Iago. Which I've seen not a lot. Iago's pretty much like non-existent in a lot of decks now, other than Blurple.
Yeah, I think it's kind of falling off on the wayside a little bit. I've seen some red purple lists, and I've seen some still Blurple decks that are playing it. Obviously just because it's like a really strong 4-drop. But I mean, purple still never really played Iago to begin with. It just wasn't really a card that they wanted. But yeah, I mean the gargoyles like Lexington, that card's really, really good. It's just like super overstated body for 3, and it's inkable. And I mean, outside of Lexington, the only other gargoyles I can think of that are pretty like super playable are probably the Demona, which he's also playing. The Goliath is a good card, and I would also say that David Xanatos.
That's the red card?
Yeah.
The ruby card? Yeah.
I think David Xanatos is actually being slept on a lot. I think that card's pretty strong.
But yeah, it's a purple steel. Other new cards, obviously the Cheshire boost, like you said, one of the most played, if not the most played boost or whisper in Lorcana. Whenever you put a card under this character, you may move up to 2 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. It's basically another bell. Bell.
Yeah, it's a better bell.
Better bell.
Yeah. I know I don't know if that's a strong statement.
Yeah, but I mean, it shows here they're not even playing it.
Yeah. It just, the Cheshire Cat fits better into the curve, because you can actually just play it on turn 3. Like, you don't have to play it on a turn where you have to be able to boost it, right? Like, you can wait until turn 5 and then it's actually just a bell, right? Or you can just play it on turn 3 if it fits into your curve. Like, if you're going 1, 2, and then like Cheshire Cat, and then next turn it opens up your boost option.
Yeah, you can go boost into a Calhoun, Black Heron, Dock if you want to.
Exactly.
Because of Demona, a lot less docks in people's decks. I think. Yeah, the count went down. But yeah, solid purple steel deck. Congratulations. You got second place top 2 finalists. Next, we're gonna go into this new Amethyst Emerald top 8 deck. Let's look at this now.
Yeah, so this is interesting. I'm actually a fan. I really dig this. There's the Flynn that I was talking about earlier, right? The 1-drop. That does have the boost 2. So he is a 1-drop inkable, boost 2. He's a 1/2 to start, but then when there's a card under him, he gets +2 attack and +1 lore. So he becomes a decent sized body that'll trade into a lot of early cards, right? And then also just like applies pressure.
Yeah.
So pretty strong. I like that they are playing the Webby and they're also playing the Shift.
Yeah, they're playing the Shift right here.
Mm-hmm.
The ramp one, yeah.
So there's a lot of on Twitterverse or on X, I guess, not Twitter anymore. Formerly known as the Prince, formerly known as Twitter. The 4-drop Webby has been getting a lot of traction with a lot of like the, I guess you could say, pro players. They are saying it's probably one of the most like underplayed cards right now in the format, and I can kind of agree. I think the card is actually really, really strong. I don't think it's seeing enough play. I don't think it belongs in blue-green because blue-green already has so much like ramp itself that the Webby kind of just doesn't make sense.
Because when is your opponent gonna have more ink than you?
Well, if you're playing the mirror.
Okay,
right,
yeah,
like, or if you're playing blue steel, right? But then it's like, well, where do you slot in 8 more cards to like make up for that? You know, like I'm not gonna cut, I don't know, like I'm not gonna cut down on like
on Hades
or something, right?
We
like,
just talked about this, guys. Yeah. We just talked about this before Hades.
But decks like this more like mid-rangey like deck that has the spots to be able to do that, it makes a lot of sense, right? So, Webby is actually really hard for blue decks to deal with. It dodges Spooky Sight. It's a 2/4, so it doesn't like die to a lot of the guys that blue-green plays early. So they would have to trade like multiple dudes just to get rid of the Webby. It quests for 2, so it applies a ton of pressure.
Yep.
And it's also a 4-cost character, so it can like sing your songs, right? It kind of just does everything
all at once. Yeah. What I like about this Amethyst Emerald deck is they said, what are the best cards right now? And he just slotted them in. He really did. You say Flynn Rider boost, go for the win. This Iago Challenger 5. How is this a card?
That card's crazy.
How is this a card, bro? When this came out, I heard people were so hyped about it. I saw the potential. You're seeing it here. It's like their version of maybe like a Calhoun for a steal, just to something smack in there, you know? 3 Ursulos, like you said, going down to 3. I feel like not enough songs because other than Steel, what other songs are really gonna bug you? 1 copy of the Demona. 1 copy of the Demona. Maybe 2.
I think it's fine.
I could see.
No, I think the 1's fine.
And what I do like is 7 uninkables.
Oh yeah, your uninkable count's really low.
7 uninkables. I mean, no, 8 uninkables, but you're not gonna brick in this. If you brick, get a new deck, bro. I don't know. It's just quick.
Dude, like they're playing. Well, I don't know if it's guy or girl, but they're playing 4 of the little Phillips, and dude, they're playing like every shift line. They're playing 4 little Webbies, 4 big Webbies. They're playing 3. Okay, they're playing 3/3 on the Clarabelle, which is probably fine.
4/4 on the Prince Phillips.
Yeah, they're playing 4/4 on the Phillips, so they still have access to the Philip combo.
Yeah.
Right. So like this deck kind of does this. This actually might just be like the new Blurple.
Yeah.
Like if like looking at it, right? Like
it's like Amethyst Emerald, like the tempo deck. That's what it used to be. Could
yeah,
be more tempo control.
But this isn't really like a tempo deck because that doesn't look like the game plan. This game plan looks actually almost pretty similar to like what Blurple wants to do, where they kind of want to like control the early game and then get to like turns like 5, 6, 7, where they kind of like start slamming these big dumb idiots that like kind of just do crazy things, right? My only thing about this deck is I don't know about that Madam Mim. It just it does not look good. Like it looks so out of place in this deck. I think if it was me, I would probably want to play, I don't know, what's another good 4-drop? I mean, Dumbo's good, right?
Like, oh yeah. I mean, what's it? And I know it's. I mean, other than Go-Go, what other evasive target is there? But
The-
Dumbo doing work by himself.
Yeah, right.
Is just so good
Like
already.
just pay one, draw a card.
Pay one,
right?
draw a card.
Okay,
Perfect.
and get a
Alright,
lure.
good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy.
Whatever. So like I don't know, maybe just like Dumbo on his own is pretty good. What other cards could be slotted? I'm sure there's other cards.
I mean,
that
do
could
you
be
need
slotted.
Under the Sea?
No, you don't.
You
not
don't need
not with
that.
You're Welcome.
Could you
and-
see Emerald Chromacon in here?
No, for sure. I want like a good statted
4-drop character that's
something.
doing some work.
Either like a good green or purple. Dude, how am I blanking?
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm going on you right now.
yeah, I feel like there's like so many cards I could just name right now, and I'm like not naming them. Like Iago, I guess like that could be a good 4-drop, right? Like, I don't know, but I do like the look of this deck. I haven't had a chance to play test it because I don't own 4 Hades, unfortunately.
Tough. In your own store, bro.
Dude, people keep buying them. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm not gonna say no, even though I think the card sucks. But like, hey, bro, you want to come in and buy a Hades for whatever, $30, $35? Like, I'm gonna take them out of my deck and sell them to you. You know, like that's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, no, Minnie Mouse, Amethyst Champion, no. Horn King, no. You can put the Demona, the Challenger 2-4-6. Yeah, that's better than the Iago in my opinion.
Yeah. Actually, the
that's
Demona
actually the
might
best one.
Might not be that bad.
Other than that, other than the Dumbo, that's pretty much it. Like, what else do you need? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I could see that with the Madam Mim, because like, what do you really want to bounce here?
Yeah, I mean, you could also maybe make some changes in like some of the card choices and play more evasives. Yeah. If you really want to like slot Dumbo, right? Like you could play more evasive characters somewhere. But I mean, this deck also I've noticed that green purple in like Europe, it's just like their thing. Yeah, like they love green purple.
They watch Mo Shablin all the time.
Well, Mo's the one who like first showed this deck off, right? Because they played in it was a smaller tournament. I think it was like 57 or 60 people, and they got like top 8, but they went undefeated in Swiss, I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I think that's where this skeleton kind of came from. It looks a little bit different than Mo's list, but I noticed that they did keep the 3 Madam Mims, and that card, I don't know. Like I said, looking at this list,
yeah,
I'm like,
it's still one out of place one, and I totally agree with you.
What do you really want to bounce?
I don't even see why you can't just take out those 3 copies and slot it into another Demona, another Clarabelle if you want. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, just like
another Go-Go. Yeah, like, I don't know.
It's very good, but yeah, green purple is making a comeback, guys. I can't wait. You know, the last time that was what Madam Mim Fox time.
Yeah.
That was tough. All right. I think we're going to go through one more, and that's this Amber Steel.
Yeah, this is all you, man. You already know how I feel about this deck.
Oh, my goodness.
This is your territory, not mine.
Look, I'll just say it. This has the potential to be one of the most overwhelming decks in the early game. The issue is when you get to that lore 15, 16, and you get spooky, you have no gas. So the point is to hope your Mowgli's hit. And it's not a Mowgli on 2 thing. It's a Mowgli on 4. Hopefully, like if they play Cinderella and they're getting at 6 next turn, you have to play Mowgli that turn. That's the only thing. The Rapunzels, what people are understanding is this Elanween into Rapunzel land is actually pretty goated. If you're going against Purple Steel, literally untouchable. You go 1-drop Elohim, 2-drop Rapunzel, you don't quest. Turn 3 Lady into... They don't have a 2-drop Bodyguard, which I don't see why they don't do that. But you can go the Raja, and you're just going, okay, quest with Rapunzel, give support to Raja. Quest with Elohim, give support to Rapunzel. They're both protected. You have to double swing both of them. You have the Gas with Nala, 4 docks, you know. I don't know about Search for Clues. The player with the most cards in their hand choosing discards 2 cards if you have a detective character and play game 1 lore. Actually, also Mickey Mouse. This is not a good card. This is not a good card. I'm telling you right now. I've tested a lot with the Mickey Mouse card. By then, it was kind of the whole Dumbo thing where if I play Dumbo and I play another Dumbo, they're already like. By the time I play Dumbo, I'm already winning the game, so there's no point. Mickey Mouse, yes, it does make the trading. I think it's different because I'm running a different type of build with this. But because of Tiana, getting your Amber characters plus 2 willpower is very golden, very good. You got Penny. I just think it's a solid. It's the closest aggro deck that we're gonna have, and then we're gonna go into that topic. Is aggro dead? Is it bad? Is it not? I won't give in. Return a character with cost 2 from your discard to your hand. That's cool, whatever. But like I said, if they clear your board, you're pretty much done. And that's my only issue with Amber Steel now. Because of Spooky, Spooky really changed the game for a lot of these aggro decks. So if you're getting top 8, top 16 with Amber Steel, like, all the power to you. You're just getting those draws. Let's see, Mulan. Yeah, Aurora into Tiana. I just feel like that's too slow now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too slow.
I've play tested against this deck a little bit on blue green because it's the deck that I'm just like I'm high on that deck right now. Yeah. I think it's really strong.
Real quick. Baja Blast or Glue?
Neither one.
You blue green.
BG.
Right.
BG ramp. Magic player in me. But so the looking at this list, I think as the blue green player, I'm pretty happy if my opponent just goes like turn 1 Rapunzel against me. Because as long as I have double ramp, it doesn't have to be ramp into Cindy into Spooky. It could be double ramp into Spooky, right? As long as you have 2 ramp spells, you get to Spooky on 4.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So I've played against this matchup and I've beaten the triple Daisy Tiana draw. Yeah, like it's pretty nasty, like, actually. So opponent obviously goes turn 1 Daisy, turn 2 double Daisy, turn 3 Tiana. And then my turns are like ramp.
By the time they put Tiana, you're spooking that turn,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
So then I'm just like, well, they got to 16. They were at 16 lore.
Yeah.
So I spooky them, and then they drop like, I think my ramp was like turn 2 ramp into turn 3 Cindy into Spooky. But my ramp spell was a Tipo. So when I spookied, because I went turn 1 Clarabelle, turn 2 Tipo, turn 3 Cindy. So when I spooky, I ramp myself 2 as well. So they go like play an Elenwee and like a bodyguard or something. So then my next turn is like play Clarabelle. You're welcome, your guy. Yeah. And then I have no cards in hand because I've dumped my whole hand already, right? Like doing those lines. And then so I draw, and then they're just so behind at that point.
And you just have all the gas.
And now it's like, oh, here's a Hades, here's a Basil, here's another Spooky, like wipe your board again. You know,
it's tough. Man.
It's really rough.
I think it's just win the die roll and hope you don't get against blue green. But it's looking like 40% are playing blue. 40%.
Blue's really strong right now. Strong. Yeah, I think if you're trying to play a deck like this, your mulligans need to include 2 copies of Pete. If you're trying to beat the blue decks, you have to go like turn 1 2 Quester into turn 2 double 2 Quester into Pete. Like those are the games you're gonna win.
And by then you'll do like John Silver. I'll give your 2 Quester Reckless, and you're done. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't
but
get
even
the
still, but you're not getting board wiped.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So like that's the key thing, right? Is that you're not getting board wiped. So I think those are pretty much the games you can win, is if you like hard mulligan for the double Pete line, just to stop the Spooky and also to stop like the malicious Philip combo if they're like playing the 3-drop to shift into the big one. But I don't know, man. This deck and aggro in general it does not feel strong right now.
Because obviously people are going this because of the Pete's, because of the Mowgli, because they have a chance to beat that blue green. I personally think there's a much better aggro deck than Amber Steel. You'll find out next episode after we go to Vegas, and you let me know. I'm telling you, I think I've cracked the code. If you haven't checked, you should check the last episode. We talked about it, but
okay.
I think this but against if I mirrored this, I'd lose because they have all the answers. Because mine's more burn. Because like I said, we get a 16, I can't play anything. Because for Amber Steel, all your all your lore is on the board.
Yeah, you
have to quest. There's no gathering. There's no burn. There's no this is my family. There's no white rose, cobra. Even if you want to go purple steel. But like I said, I know people were big on the Raja bodyguard. I get it. On purple, like I said, purple steel has a lot of trouble against this deck, and I know it's probably the second most represented deck in.
You think purple steel has a hard time against Amber Steel? There's no way, right?
Yeah, I really think so.
Turn 1 Captain Hook into turn 2
That's
Calhoun?
fine, but you get like if I don't quest and I get Rapunzel and I got a bodyguard, like have fun, bro. Have fun swinging into nothing.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. And then you're gonna IP you can't straight me. I'm gonna take out your stuff with Mowgli because Mowgli's just so good against other people with strength, and because Amber Steel has like the answers to deal damage to you without like challenging.
But traditionally, purple steel has always like been really favored into amber steel.
Okay, I could be wrong. I just seen a lot of games where like purple steel's more of a you can't ramp. It's board versus board. Red purple is getting up there. It's also a thing is just very slow other than the Diablo. But I think I understand what you're saying about purple steel probably demolishing this deck. I just see like, okay, Captain Hook, I'll fire the cannons hit, but you probably don't want to use that on your turn one. But I could see like, I think purple steel is more favorable than a blue green deck now, going against it. Because I'm telling you, blue green has every answer, bro. Every answer in the deck.
We have like what 7. Well, I'm playing 7 board wipes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, it's just it's impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Amber Steel, guys. If you think aggro is dead, please prove these control players wrong. Hot take: blue green is the new no brain deck.
No, that's not.
It's
true.
not. You just I'm just gonna ramp. Just ramp to 6.
So that's like every ramp deck ever.
Now when you have spooky now.
Well, I mean, yeah, we needed a tool like that.
Oh yeah, because John Silver and Bassel and Hades wasn't enough.
They weren't. Dude, you had your time to shine when we didn't have a be prepared. All right. Dude, them getting rid of
one set, bro. Tiana's good for 1 set. And now everyone starts crying.
Well, also, okay, so to be fair, Spooky's not even like a true board wipe. Because it only hits cost 3 or less. Right? So in other matchups, it's a dead card. Right? So, I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real here. All right? Let's be real. I will say,
my aggro stand. What do you want to say?
I will say that I do drool a little bit when I play my malicious, mean, and scary, and then slam a 9-cost Phillip. Right, like a little bit of drool comes out the side of my mouth. Just a little
bit. All right, well, moving on. Congratulations to everyone at the Barcelona CCQ. Muchas gracias, que le vaya muy bien. Wow.
Look at you.
Look at us. Yo, can we get Lorcana in Mexico soon, please? You know how easy it would be for me to just drive to TJ?
Brazil.
This is Brazil.
Dude, I want to go to Brazil
it's so bad, man. All right, well, we're going to move on to the Forbidden Mountains 3K case. Let's look at a lot. Wow, we're looking at top 4 Amethyst Steel only.
Boring.
We got, let's just look at the top one. We do see a Sapphire still here, but let's look at who got first place. TFN Melissa, congratulations. Why can't I press
Because you're clicking the name. You need to click the deck.
Oh, okay, sorry, bro. Sorry, I thought this was my podcast. My bad. There we go.
So let's see. What looks different?
This is what I'm talking about. See, 1 Thunderbolt.
I hate
They keep doing that,
I hate
bro.
it. I hate it.
It's 1 Thunderbolt. It's a new Fire the Cannons.
I hate
Tinkerbell coming back. Now, where's no Tinkerbell shift?
Oh, no, they don't play the shift. They don't need it. Yeah, no, they don't need it. The evasive is literally just to turn on the mouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just play it for the ramp matchups. That's it.
3 Hades, 2 Demonas. I'm liking most of these ratios. Honestly, you got the solid 4-3-1-3 line. That's what 11 1-drops. 4,
something
7,
like that.
8, yeah, 11. Black Heron, the most like our new favorite 2-drop for a lot of people in Steel.
Just better Raja.
Yeah, 3-3.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with Calhoun. Yeah, Timothy. Now this is more instead of 2, it's 3 Timothy Q Mouse, like you said, because they're really hoping on that. Now this is what I feel like we're gonna see a lot. Like these are all the staple cards. It's just gonna come down to ratios.
Yeah.
And certain techs, like you said, that 4, like I was talking about, that 4-drop Demona 4/6 Challenger 2 with the Stone by Day. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 evasive targets for Genie. 4, correct?
For what?
For Dumbo. I'm sorry, yeah.
You have
5.
12.
I was just saying card-wise.
13?
Yeah, 13. Hades.
Oh, no, 16.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have 16 targets for Dumbo. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Demona. More Demonas and even more Docs. Which I feel like if you're going to go up in Demona, you should probably go down a Doc.
I would think so. Yeah, because it looks like they cut 1 Hades to up the Demona to 2. I mean, I feel like all these lists are going to look pretty cookie cutter.
The same. It's just ratios, really.
Yeah.
But, Purple still is going to be a menace for sure, along with Blue-Green. Let's switch it up and go to the first top. This is a top 8 Sapphire Steel deck.
Worst Blue-Green.
Worst Blue-Green, you say?
They don't play Spooky.
They don't play have board Spooky. Wipes. They do not. I see them. Namari's coming back crazy. Oh, yeah. Coming back crazy. Obviously, a Cinderella line. Adding the Kita as well, just in case you don't get that turn 3 Cinderella.
Okay, so playtesting against this deck, I I was actually playing against Brad last night, and I think I come to the conclusion as to why people are starting to include Kita in their lists. I think in the blue-green matchup or in the blue-steel matchup, Kita actually might just be better than Cinderella because the games tend to go slower, and usually she's not being pressured early enough, so you can get a couple of activations off of the Kita before she's just like not good anymore. Also into blue-green, I think you want to play Kita over Cinderella almost always if you have the option, because when it comes down to it, if I go turn 1 Clarabelle into turn 2 Ramp into turn 3 Cindy, right? And you're expecting me to go Clarabelle, you're welcome, to hit your guy. You don't want to give me a good target for your welcome, right? So if your turn was like, if you're the blue steel player, I think you want to go like sail into Kita, because now my turn, my Clarabelle turn is completely turned off. Because I can't Clarabelle anything unless I Clarabelle my own thing, right? But then I'm not getting the benefit of my Clarabelle.
Yeah.
So
you mean you're welcome? That's what you're saying, like the you're welcome target.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to say like if I do the shift line, right, where I go shift Clarabelle and then I want to you're welcome something,
and you don't have a target. Yeah.
I don't have an actual target on your side of the board to make my Clarabelle like do Clarabelle things, right?
Get a net rating, get a positive net rating.
Exactly.
On cards.
So the Kita on 4, I think. So if you're playing blue steel into green blue, I think your line should always be sail into Kita. It should never be like sail into Cindy or Tipo into Cindy. And I think you should never play a 1-drop because you just don't want to give me something to your welcome, right? Because even if it is like a Mulan on your side of the board, you're still allowing me the opportunity to be able to shift the Clarabelle and then give you 2 more cards, right? So I definitely think the sail into Kita is like the strongest line you can take into blue-green. And I think that's how you beat that matchup. Mm-hmm. Because if you can kind of like turn off their key cards, then they kind of struggle.
Headless Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
5/7, quest for 2. It's an 8 cost with a shift 5. Not a real shift target for the Headless Horseman.
Not really.
I saw a joke where people wish there's another character. It's another name because people think he's the Headless Horseman, that he should be a shift target. But I digress. When you play this character, each player draws 3 cards and discards 3 at random. And then you choose an opposing character and deal 2 damage to them for each action card discarded this way. And that's on both sides.
Yes.
So if I discard 3 and I have 2 actions, you discard 3 and you have 1 action.
You deal 6.
You do it. Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, the card's actually really good. Because even if it doesn't hit the actions, you can mess up somebody's like whole turn.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they're already planning out like this, okay, I'm going to do this into this on my next turn, and then you slam Headless Horseman, they draw 3 cards, sure, but then what happens if you discarded like the key card of their next turn?
And it's not just discard 1, it's discard 3.
Yeah,
like
discard
the
3.
chances, that percentage just goes so much higher.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to talk about just a real thing. I know there's not a real way to do random. Some people do a die roll, some people just pick.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll make a ruling on what the best way random is?
I just pick.
I like the die roll. It just makes it more fun. It makes it out of my hands.
Sure.
I like the die roll.
Yeah.
That's me. Everyone's personal preference. Everyone's going to do it. As long as it's random, that's totally
if
fine.
the cards are face down and I can't see what they are, it doesn't matter, right? Like, I'm just going to pick 3. Like, these are random 3 cards, you know? I don't know. Some people are super, like, weird about that. They're like, oh, you can see through the back of my card and you know what it is. I'm like, yeah, dude, I have X-ray vision. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
sleeve your cards, bro. That's not my
like, I don't know what to say.
The one Ink Runner. Ink Runner is an item that's coming back. I know blue, red items trying to come back. When you play this item, draw a card, and then you can give a character alert. I think they're really playing that for that alert, if anything. Because, like, what are else? I mean, I know you got Vincenzo Santorini, you got the Hades, you got the Tinkerbell for the aggro line. Very solid deck. Ink Runner, like I said, you draw a card, and you can also use it to give something alert. One more card we're gonna highlight is the Goliath Clan Leader. 6-drop, 6 strength, 5 willpower. Quest for 2 has Dusk to Dawn. At the end of each player's turn, if they have more than 2 cards in their hand, they choose and discard cards until they have 2. And if they have fewer than 2 cards in their hand, they draw until they have 2. And then, of course, the Stone by Day outline. Very good card. I hope they play this against me, bro. I'm telling you, as an aggro player.
Oh, as aggro?
Yeah, as aggro,
Sure.
give me 2 cards every time. I'll ink Amethyst Chromacon. I'm good. I'm just going. I'm going.
Yeah.
Solid card. It's the pretty much like their version of Demona for card draw. And yeah, like I said, solid list. Beyond the Horizon. Yes, 4 hurled his Thunderbolt. Finally, someone who gets it.
I know, it's funny because all the blue steel players, I think, play 4 of that card. And it's funny because I think they should be playing less strengths. Because
but it's inkable.
Yeah, but
But you're not getting wide.
They're
they're
a way worse strength deck.
Yeah,
right.
They're not going wide.
So yeah, I don't know. I think they can definitely cut down on the number of strengths, but I get it. It's an inkable card.
Yeah.
So like in most cases, that it's probably just going into the inkwell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I like the look of the list. It's solid. I wish they were playing more Princess Jasmines.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Orion of the Forbidden Mountain. Is it all Forbidden Mountain like top? Man, you're playing at home and you're getting top every time playing at home.
Hey, there you go.
1, 2.
That's the goal.
2 top 8s. Hey, that's nice. That's nice. Well, congratulations to everyone on both tournaments this weekend. Of course, this weekend we're gonna be heading to the Las Vegas SCG Con. We're so excited. This is probably our first big event for the set. It's a good thing for Richmond people who want to kind of test before that. I still didn't get a ticket. It's fine. You did get a ticket though, right?
I did.
Yeah, congrats, bro.
Finally. Dude, I've been trying to beat the Eventbrite boss for I don't even know how long, dude. But finally got it. I think I found the trick.
Yeah, the 20-minute. The app. Yeah, because the website was down.
Dude, the app's cracked.
I was on the app. Did
Dude.
I tell you what happened to me?
No.
What happened to me happened to a lot of people, especially Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in line. My ticket's ready. I go to Apple Pay, and it freezes.
Mm-hmm.
It does an error. The proceed to pay stayed loading, and I was there for 10 minutes. And I was like, do I quit and try again?
Mm-hmm.
Do I stay here? So I was like, freak it, I'm just going to try again. I quit. I go again. Never got a ticket. Okay, it was tough. It's just it's one thing if I didn't get the ticket, I didn't get there on time, they didn't pick me. Mm-hmm. But it was literally my ticket. It was my ticket. I was there. I had to pay for it. And because I chose a faster way to pay, which was Apple Pay instead of writing down my stuff, people said PayPal works for them.
Yes, I think I used PayPal.
PayPal, yeah. So I used Apple Pay. Never using Apple Pay ever again.
Yeah, don't.
That's just tough, man. Speaking of Apple, get the Apple Sock or whatever they're calling it. What the hell is that, brother?
Dude, yeah, that thing's stupid.
But yeah, let's lead into some Quest for 3. There's been a lot of discussion about where Lorcana is going in. You got Winter Spell coming out. You got Wilds Unknown. They're switching stuff up. There's a big conversation about where Lorcana is. Is it thriving? Is it dying? I'm going to say my opinion. I don't think it's dying at all. I do live in SoCal. There's a lot of shops here. All the shops I go to pretty much have really good league nights, whether it's free, whether you pay for it. And then I know a lot of people who are like, well, I can't get through locals because I can't. So I want to go to do a DLC, but they get sold out. Okay, brother. Well, there's a lot of weekend cases happening all around that I feel like people can find the time. Every weekend I see a new date for next month, the month after. They just made one for May, which is so long from now. So in my opinion, I just feel like it's still post Fable discussion. People really didn't like the post rotation. They really didn't like that it was mostly reprints. But I think because of Whispers in the Well is the new Rise of the Floodborn deck. Whispers in the Well is gonna have the best cards in this set for a long time, just like Rise of the Floodborn did with all the Floodborn characters with Madam and
the bounce package.
Yes, all that. That's what I'm saying. It's just we're repeating. We've done this a year again. We're gonna do it again. So in my opinion, I don't think it's dying at all. Especially when you see people dying to have these DLC tickets that get capped in an hour.
Not even an hour.
Not even an hour. 40 minutes, bro.
Not even that.
Oh my gosh! All right.
3 minutes.
3 minutes and they're gone.
Sold out.
It's sold out, and I get it. A lot of people are gonna say it's pretty anecdotal, but I'm just gonna tell it how it is. I see it's always packed. There's a bunch of events going on every weekend, and every day I meet new people who want to play Lorcana, who get into Lorcana, and they're getting their hands on cards. I feel like it's a lot easier to get their hands on cards. Obviously, Lorcana or Ravensburger changed their release things. Instead of 2 weeks after store release, it's big box. Now it's 1 week. then it's big stores release.
I don't remember changing that. They changed that?
They changed that, yeah. So it was the 7th when it came out, and then the 14th was big boxes or big stores.
Interesting.
They went from 2 weeks to 1 week. I think because of like people trying to get cards and prices.
I was not even aware of that.
I'll show you the article.
Dude, I get emails straight from Ravensburger about stuff like that. I don't remember hearing anything.
Okay,
Maybe I skipped it. I don't know.
No, yeah, I saw when they were talking about like, oh, this is when it releases, and then on big box stores, literally a week after.
Interesting.
But yeah, so what's your take on where Lorcana is right now?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to give a good take on this. You guys have to forgive me. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. I was up playing like League last night. Even though I totally remembered that I had to come here today to do a podcast. Also, don't play League. Don't play that game. The game's it's bad for your health.
Yeah.
I'll play it tonight though. So okay.
Get it out.
It's thriving and dying in certain respects. It's not anecdotal to say that because the DLCs are selling out that the game is popular. It isn't. It's been this way since the first DLC. Every DLC has sold out. How do you say that's anecdotal? Right? If there was not a demand to play at a competitive high level, these events would not be selling out. Especially not in 3 minutes. Like, that's just crazy. You have people from the US flying to Europe to go play DLCs. You have people from Europe flying to America to play DLCs. You have people, it's just, so like whoever is saying that, oh, well, DLCs are anecdotal, you can't use that as like a true describer of whether the game is living or not. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like honestly, if you're gonna make an argument, like at least look at the facts, right? Like the facts are, all of these events are selling out, and we've had DLCs for 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, 2.5 years, I think, something like that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Every single one is sold out. That's just case in point.
And it's even more anecdotal to say, well, my locals aren't packed.
Oh, that just depends on
where if you live. At?
Do you live in the boonies?
Yeah, where you at?
Like, bro, if you live in the swamp, like, yeah, you're probably not gonna have a lot of people who play card games there, right? But if you live in like more urban areas, like how we are here in California, don't dox me. There's a shop in like every direction within like 30 minutes of each other, right? Like just from CX, you have TDK in Riverside, 40 minutes away. You have TCG in Redlands, 40 minutes away. You have Gameology, Ontario, right? Upland. Ontario, it's Upland, I think. Like 20 minutes away?
Hungry Dragon.
Temecula, or in Murrieta, 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
4 minutes, and if you're in this area, in like Temecula area, you got Tier 1.
Yeah, Tier 1.
Ready, Set, Game.
Carbordia.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's literally a shop. There's a shop everywhere here.
You can literally throw a dart at the map. It'll be there like 10
There's
miles.
a shop there.
Yeah, there's 10 miles max.
So we have card shops all over the place, right? Now, if anything, if I was going to say if the game was dying, then I would not see players in the shops, right? Especially because we're in like very high populated areas. So, I mean, for our league nights, we're getting, we started off small. We were getting maybe like 4 or 5 people at a time. The game was still new. Nobody really knew about it. We've grown a little bit. My name's got out there. I'm not trying to like brag or to my own horn or anything, but I've thrown some of the biggest events in California. And because of that, I think that's helped to not only bring more eyes to the game, because if I'm throwing a $5,000 cash tournament or a $10,000 cash tournament, yeah, obviously people who don't play the game are gonna be like, why are they having $10,000 cash tournaments or $5,000 cash tournaments, right? So yeah, it's gonna make people interested. And I've noticed that since Chapter 1 coming to now, I've had a lot of people kind of cycle through the game, right? A lot of turnaround. There has been. People jump in, they want to try it out. it is for them. It's not for them. You know, it is what it is. I feel like that's kind of the case for a lot of card games
in general. Yeah.
Yeah, like Riftbound right now, right? Coming back to that a little bit. You know, like there's a huge demand for the game. How many people are going to stick around? Maybe half. Let's just say half, right? Yeah. So yeah, like right now it's hyped. You know, everybody wants it. It's the new hot thing, right?
League of Legends, like
exactly, right? So like it's the new hot thing. Yeah, I don't think everybody who's in it right now is gonna stick to it. There will be a drop off. With Lorcana, it's kind of been like a steady incline. Like I've seen that. Our locals now on Thursdays, we're usually getting somewhere between like, 14, 16 people. And it keeps growing, which is cool. It's good to see. So that means that there is interest. I know that other stores in the area like TCG and TDK and stuff are getting around the same, if not a little bit more. So there definitely is like a want for people to like have a place to play the game. So to say that the game is dying or that the game is going to die or is not going to exist in the near future, I think is a very ignorant statement. I think that's coming from people who don't know a lot about card games or who don't know a lot about the longevity or the lifespan of like how card games work. I would say the 5-year mark is probably where we're going to see the truth of that.
And I think it just goes down to rotation. A lot of people were turned off about rotation. A lot of people were turned off. They can't play their broken cards anymore.
I think that's just a lot of people who haven't played card games before. Because rotation's kind of a thing that's a part of a lot of other major card games. Magic being one of the biggest, right? Magic standard format is known for that, which is why we have Infinity. So I highly suggest that if you are not a fan of constructed format where we have, rotation, then maybe look into starting Infinity or getting an Infinity group started like at your local area or your store. Because it is going to be a supported format. And I think that that's great because it means that your cards are never going to essentially just go to waste, right?
And you can see that now with these new, like Lorcana's growing. Have you seen this Wilds Unknown pre-release kit?
Yes.
It's crazy.
It's cool.
It's awesome. It's a special set specific item. It's a postcard with one of 3 random options. You get the box. You get like a gift box with it. You get one of 3 random postcards. You get another one of 6 random promo cards and 6 packs. And I don't know what this is. It looks like a map.
Yes. So it's a pre-release kit. So Magic does the same thing for their pre-releases. Yeah. I'm glad that Lorcana is doing this. It's going to make pre-releases so much easier now. Yeah. The only thing is that the pre-release kits are now considered a separate SKU. So if I want to do pre-release for my store, now I have to purchase pre-release kits on top of
everything
other
else,
products,
boxes, troves, etc.
Yeah. So now I have to kind of gauge like, okay, well, how many people should I expect for pre-release, right? Should I get 32 kits? Should I get 50 kits? Like, I don't know, right? So this is going to be a learning curve, right? Like it's
because if you buy too many, what do you do with those?
You crack them, probably just sell the packs. Yeah, I don't know.
That's no.
But anyway, so yeah, the pre-release kits are a cool idea. I really like that. That's something that I think they probably took from Magic. I mean, I'm not gonna say yes. I mean,
like, why not?
Yeah,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly my point. Now going back to the whole dying thing, right? I've kind of explained why I think the game is not dying. Now here's why I say the game is potentially dying, and it's the competitive side. I think this could. I mean, I don't know. We'll see who watches the podcast, but personally, I think there could obviously be a lot of improvement in the way that the competitive aspect of the game is handled.
Yes, for sure, 100%.
I mean, there could be a lot of people out there who agree with me. There might be some people who disagree. I definitely think that there is a lot of demand for competitive play. I think a lot of people want to have access to the game at a competitive level. Unfortunately, a lot of these TOs or a lot of these people who are hosting DLCs, it seems are afraid to take that step or are afraid to, kind of expand on something that's kind of been, it's a golden egg. It's literally a golden egg Ravensburger is giving to these people, and yet they're not cracking it. They're just like, oh, I'm going to gonna break open the top and I'm just gonna
let it leak.
It's just gonna do its thing, right? But dude, like, and I don't know, maybe there's a contract behind this. I don't know all the logistics, but if you see every DLC selling out in 3 minutes,
why aren't you making more?
Why are you not? Well, not only making more, right? This could have been a planning thing,
yes,
right? I don't know what happened with that. I'm not gonna go into details. I have some idea, but so I kind of lied. But anyway, I have a lot of people and places.
Yeah,
so
it's fine. Don't out your
I'm
sources.
not gonna. Don't dox me. So it could have been a planning thing, right? I'll give it to them. Maybe it was just a planning issue. Maybe things just got delayed, and past times had maybe a month or two to try to plan all this out. It's hard to find convention center spacing. I will say, if you're not planning these things a year ahead, you're not gonna find space. It's impossible. I know because I've looked. So I'm speaking from experience. That could have been the possibility. But anyway, if you're going to host these events, and we have seen that there's a huge demand for it, then just expand the amount of people that can attend your event. We know it's going to sell out. It's safe. It's such a safe bet. Like, you are not only losing out on money, and it's not all about money. I'm not saying that's what it is, but what business is about money. But it's also giving players access. Mm-hmm. Players want access to these competitive events. Okay, so let's just say moving forward, they fix that. We get more DLCs. Awesome. But say they don't increase the cap. Okay, well, we haven't really fixed the problem then, right? I think the major issue with the DLCs is just accessibility to the event, right? I think they should be 4,000 or uncapped, And
I think, to play devil's advocate, I think an argument could be capacity venue-wise and judges. Do we have enough judges to do that big of an event?
Oh, we do.
With the judge program going today, is it on?
Well, I don't even know if they're doing it. I don't know what's going on with that.
Because they just announced it, and then they thought
Bro, I've heard stories.
I gotta get Phil on here.
Yeah, we should get Phil.
We gotta get Phil.
Actually, that'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we do that.
That'd be nice.
We could talk to him about like REL, like comp REL rules and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that's future planning.
Yeah, sorry.
But
tune in next time, guys.
We definitely have enough judges. I don't think that's a problem because I know a lot of judges now, especially just from like TOing.
Yeah.
So we definitely have judges. That isn't the issue. I think the issue is people just I think it's TOs being afraid, because Lorcana is still relatively new, and I think a lot of people don't have an idea of where the game is going. So maybe they're just not taking a chance. For me, I'm taking a chance. If I had access to a DLC, I'm opening it to everyone. I don't care. It's going to be uncapped.
Yeah.
I'm going to find a space that can accommodate as many people as possible.
Yeah. Get the cathedral. Free it.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever. I'll get LA Convention Center.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Just rent that out. Like, I don't know. That's just how I look at it, though. And maybe I'm being very optimistic, and I think 6,000, 7,000 people will show up to come play a DLC.
It's Disney IP.
Yeah.
How much more backing can you get?
There's so much you can do. So much. There's so much you can do. You can do photo ops. You can do, I don't know, dude. You can give away tickets to Disneyland. Like, I don't know, whatever.
My gosh.
There's a bunch you can do.
Yeah, Disney World stuff.
My fix, okay, if we don't want to expand on DLCs and we don't want to increase the cap on DLCs, and like I said, maybe it's a contract thing. Maybe Ravensburger says like, hey, we'll give you the DLC, but you can only allow this many people, right? That might be the thing. I don't know. But then again, Europe is throwing like 4,000 people DLCs. So I couldn't say. If you don't want to fix that problem, right? If you don't want to increase the cap, then I think what they need to do is they need to have a trickle down to the stores. So Magic does this, and I think it's an awesome system where the stores at the store level, we can host qualifying events that then lead into a regional event. That regional event qualifies you for the Pro Tour.
Okay.
The Pro Tour would be, I guess, Nationals. Right. Okay. So equivalent would be Nationals equivalent. So I definitely think that if you don't want to fix the DLC problem or you don't want to increase the cap of DLCs, then we should give players more opportunity by doing these store level events. And then the good thing about that is that it brings more people into the stores, right? So maybe people just didn't know about it or don't know about the store. Now the store gets more exposure. And then also it takes people into other communities, right? So like maybe they'll travel an hour or 2 hours out to go play in one of these qualifier events, in order just to get into that, like, into like that regional, right? And then wherever that regional is held, people are going to travel for that, and then they're going to go to the nationals. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of a cool ladder system outside of the DLCs that we can give more opportunity to players to be able to like access the dream, right? Like the chase of like being able to go to Worlds or whatever.
And the thing is like the way that the DLC, since it's so small, like the cap space, not every ticket is the same in terms of like if Zan goes into a tournament, you know they're gonna get pretty far versus someone like me going into it, like you don't know. So like if I get my ticket and I kick someone out who's like a critically acclaimed like Lorcana player, you know, I think the competitive pool goes down, which I know doesn't sound fair because like, well, who are you to say that I can't compete at that level than these other guys, right? But I feel like that's what it is. It's like you're bringing all these tickets down to so many players. Only so many players can get it, and of course, the person who can afford it is going to be able to do it, and there might be someone who can't that actually has the potential to do better at a tournament.
Okay, reiterate that for me because I had a hard time following.
So
okay.
It's like, so my thing is like every competitor is not like viewed or like weighted the same.
Sure.
So I could see a player who was able to get a ticket who doesn't have what's that word?
The drive?
Maybe not the drive, but the pedigree.
Sure.
That they would do versus someone who would be like a Zan, like a Jeremy, that didn't get their ticket.
Like they're going to a DLC because it's fun.
Yeah, because it's fun versus then like, you know, I'm competitive. This is why I do it. So I think the way you're doing that makes it easier that everyone who can come in, and if you qualify, you qualify. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so that's the other benefit to having the store level events, right? Is that like if we were to kind of go to the system, or if we were to adopt the system, it gives everybody an opportunity to be able to participate. And it's also a great introduction for casual players who maybe want to take that step, right, and become a little bit more competitive, to give them a taste of that without just throwing them into the wolves, I guess, essentially, right?
And spending $2-3K just trying to get
because traveling's not cheap,
there,
right? Like to go to
tickets,
Richmond, I have to book an Airbnb. It's gonna probably cost me $1,000 for the weekend. I have a plane ticket. That's probably gonna be at least another $300 to $400 for a round trip flight, and then food for the weekend. We're gonna be there from Thursday to Monday. And I know I don't have to be there Thursday or Monday.
Yeah, but
right, but
jet lag, bro. Like,
no, like I don't want to get there Friday and then be all tired and then have to wake up the next day to go play a big event, right? Yeah. I want to get there on Thursday, chill out, stay Friday, you know, maybe go look around the city, do something, test play, make sure I'm ready for the tournament, get a good night's rest on Friday, be ready to go on Saturday, right? And then I don't want to be rushing Sunday because what happens if I top 8?
Yeah,
I heard that the last DLC they weren't out of there until like midnight on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if I book a flight Sunday night and then I miss my flight, I'm stuck till Monday anyway. Yeah. So I might as well just fly out Monday. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so yeah, I mean overall that weekend it's gonna cost like probably close to $2,000 between food and everything, right? Not everybody can afford that, but there are people who want to play competitive. Yeah. So why are we kind of like pricing them out?
Gatekeeping them almost.
It's kind of almost like gatekeeping, right? Especially since all the events are East Coast. Yeah. You know?
Yes. I was like, bruh.
And like I said, maybe it was a flaw in the planning. Maybe, I don't know, man. I don't work at Ravensburger. I can't speak about it. Like I said, I've had hearings of this and that or whatever because I know people in certain places, but either way, yes, I think if we were to adopt a system, it would be so much better for everybody, and it would give more opportunity to people who just would never have had the chance. You know, even if there was maybe a West Coast DLC, let's just say there was one in Seattle or there was one in Oregon, right? That still might be too much for somebody to be able to afford that. You know, like we can't always assume that, oh, well, just because it's closer means it's more affordable, right? Like that's not always the means, right? But maybe it is affordable for that person to go to their local store, or maybe to drive half an hour or an hour to a store to go play a qualifier.
Yeah.
Right? And then, you know what? If they qualify for the regional, at least they have time to plan that out, right? They can be, okay, my regional is going to be in 3 months. If I save up this money, then I can afford that trip. You know, now they can plan for it ahead of time.
Because especially if someone doesn't have a ticket for DLC right now and they're hoping to get a ticket, and
I
get a ticket 2 weeks before.
Oh, you're screwed.
What am I going to do? What am I doing? Yeah, I got my ticket now because I'm over here spending money because I'm not going to DLC. I'm doing other stuff like, life. And, real quick, let me just check if there's anyone right now. But it's just tough. Like, now it's like, do I want the ticket that bad where I'm going to pay double the price because it's last minute?
Or price and a half or something.
Because it's last minute and it's like you didn't plan for it.
Yeah.
Still sold out. Okay.
Shucks.
Shit. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's you put some really good points. I hope season 3 or year 3 of Lorcana they can figure out a way
hire
more.
me. Just hire me.
Yeah, just do it.
I will put together a structure that I promise. Maybe promise is a strong word. I would highly
confident. You're highly confident.
I'm very confident. Yes. Highly confident in.
Speaking like a politician, eh?
That that I think a lot of people could get behind. You know what? If you think that it's a good idea to do what I said to make this like a plan, right? Throw it down in the comments. Like I said, I know people in certain places. I'm not gonna say where.
Dox him.
But no, don't dox me. But if we get a good enough response, like if we get a bunch of comments or if we get, a bunch of likes or, people say like, hey, we should implement this like, store strategy or store system. I can move that up places.
And Ravensburger has showed they listen to us.
They do.
With the whole 32 promo trickling down, the people who didn't get, who got bubbled out of 32, them getting their promos. Stuff like that.
I think that might have more to do with pastimes, but I mean, they have to get the stuff from Ravensburger, so I guess it makes sense.
So I can see like them. They like Ravensburger. Obviously, they want the TCG to be as popular and as successful as much as we do.
They're a business.
Exactly.
They don't want to go out of business.
If they listen to us and we're saying, hey, if you do this, more players will play, more players will come. People are able to plan. You'll get people from all different walks of Lorcana, whether they're casual, competitive, whether they're coming from another TCG. And we're all here to just help Lorcana grow.
Yeah.
That's all we're here. That's all this podcast is here for, to give news, give all Lorcana, all things Lorcana, artists, judges, players, everybody. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to wrap it up for us today. Again, we want to thank Rob. Thanks for coming.
Of course.
I hear you have a new scheduling for your locals and stuff?
Potentially. So until the end of the year, we're going to be closed on Mondays. We are just going to be like moving stuff around. We have some plans for the future. I can't really disclose too much.
This guy's just man of secrets, bro.
Dude,
just
mystery
whispers.
But yeah, so Thursdays are still good. I was looking at potentially moving our locals to either Wednesday or Sunday, and I think more people prefer Sunday. Which is funny because I was doing Sundays at first and nobody ever showed up, so I don't know where all these people are now. But anyway, not to throw shade at my own players. But anyway, so we might end up moving it to Sunday, Thursday. I'm thinking that's probably what's gonna happen. What else?
I can do Sunday nights.
I'm potentially thinking about doing a big event in December. I might be giving out an iconic for first place.
Oh, nice. You got the LA one though, still, right?
Which one?
That big one in January?
Yes. Actually, no. That's not confirmed.
Okay.
That's not confirmed.
Just in case I can get the DLC Richmond, I want something to play for. So
no, that one's not confirmed yet. I think we are gonna be talking about that pretty soon, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for January
29th,
the 17th.
17th.
It's the week of my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Remember that.
Yeah. So it's gonna be it'll be a fun weekend if it happens, which I hope it does. So yeah, I should be talking with Collector Expo about that pretty soon.
Nice.
That's gonna be at the Pomona Fairgrounds if it does happen.
Okay, cool.
So that should be fun. What else?
Right now it's just pretty much like your local Sundays and Thursdays, and then we're getting ready to go to Vegas this weekend. How do you feel?
I'm excited.
Yeah, so excited.
Dude, I'm going to be there from Thursday to Monday.
Same.
I'm going to be sleeping the whole time.
So if this video is going to probably drop on Friday. So hopefully if you watch this and you're going to be at Vegas, please come meet us up. We're trying to do a cool SoCal meetup, or anyone playing Lorcana. Just a good time if you want to test, whatever. You guys let us know. You already know the Instagram, QF3_Lorcana. And guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video for all things Lorcana. It all starts with you guys here. We want to let Lorcana grow and be such a big TCG for everybody.
No, for sure.
Yeah, all things Disney. We love it.
I love the game.
Yeah, I love the Pixar's coming out next set. So excited.
Toy Story, set 12?
Yeah, and then we got Pocahontas coming out next set.
Oh,
and I swear they revealed something just now. Fox and the Hound.
Oh, that wasn't just now.
I swear they had the packs that they were showing. They were blurred.
I know. I saw it like a couple days ago.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah,
so,
it is relatively new news. Yeah.
Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, we're getting Fox and the Hound and Pocahontas. There was another one too, no? Or like another big one?
For Winterspell?
Yeah.
It's the Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be sick. I'm so
I'm
excited.
so hyped. So yeah, guys, again, thank you guys so much. This is Luis, Rob here with Quest for 3. Thanks for talking ink with us, and don't forget to quest out.